Hi, today we're going to see about NAT, Network Address Translation. Okay, so how private subnet will reach the internet for downloading purpose. Okay, so here we can see little brief about the network address translation. Okay, so NAT is a network address translation. So if private subnet want to reach the internet for downloading, so with the help of NAT instance or the NAT gateway, it helps to connect the private subnet to the internet. So we know already the public instance will defaultly will have the internet connection. Okay, so the private subnet, it makes a question mark. Private subnet cannot automatically connect through the internet. So what we do? So to create the internet connection to the private subnet, now today we are going to configure the NAT. The private subnet has to tell to the private root, table. So the root table has to direct towards to the NAT instance. So if the root table has directed towards the NAT instance, our requirement will be achieved. Okay, so in NAT instance, if suppose, so we have in NAT instance we have some disadvantages. Okay, so we will see in NAT instance, if suppose instance is down, for example, we can imagine our instance is down, the private subnet connection cannot reach the internet. So we are responsible for our failover. It is our disadvantages. We from the first we have to manually create the or configure the NAT instance. So in NAT instance we will face these types of disadvantages. Okay, so the AWS service provided the good solution by providing the NAT gateway. So the NAT gateway enables the instance a private subnet to connect to the internet. So if failure happens means we can easily configure the NAT gateway again. Okay, so next we're going to I will show you the demo on the how to configure the NAT gateway. So we can see how the public subnet will reach the internet via NAT gateway. I am going to explain you with a beautiful architecture. Okay, we can learn along with the architecture. Okay, so as per the architecture, I am going to create the public instance. In a public subnet, I am going to create a which I am showing in a green color. It is a public subnet. Okay, in the public subnet, I am going to create one instance. Okay, so if you see here, I am going to launch a instance. So we can give NAT, we can give name to the our instance, NAT public. Okay, so OS, I will take Windows OS. Okay, Windows Microsoft Windows Server 2022 base. Okay, instant type we can select the free tier eligible T2 micro. Key pair we can select the existing Windows key pair. Okay, and network settings, I am going to select my own VPC environment. The person who doesn't have our custom VPC, you can create it in the default VPC also. Okay, custom VPC, custom public one, and we need public IP. We have to enable the public IP. Create a NAT and we can create HTTP and keeping the source type anywhere. Okay, RDP and HTTP. Okay, so the configuring storage, I am keeping the default storage type 30 GB. Okay, so now I am launching the custom VPC public one. In the public subnet, I am launching the public instance. Okay. So meanwhile, next we can create the private instance also. Okay. NAT private. I am selecting the Windows. Again I am selecting the Windows. Instant type is T2 micro. Key pair, you can select the same key pair. Okay. Edit. I am selecting the custom VPC. In custom VPC, I am selecting the private subnet. So, for private subnet, we don't need the public IP. Okay. So, I am selecting the default security group NAT. Okay. I am leave as it is 30 GB configure storage. Okay. So, now click the launch instance. And so if you type here running, so it will show only in the running instance. Okay, so for a while we have to wait to pass the 2x2 check. So as per this architecture, we have created, so this green color is a public subnet, this blue color is a private subnet. As per the architecture, we have created the in this public subnet we have created one instance. In a private subnet we have created one instance. Okay. So, from private subnet will reach the private root table. From the private root table, it will reach the NAT gateway. NAT gateway, with the help of NAT gateway, we will reach the internet gateway. Okay. So it will take, I think it will take 2 to 3 minutes. So we have to wait. Yeah, so public instance have passed the 2x2 check. and we have to wait for the private subnet also. Yeah, so now both the instance have passed the 2 by 2 check. Okay, so now we have so the next we're going to configure the NAT instance. Sorry. Next we're going to configure the NAT gateway. So we have to go to the VPC service. So here if you see in the side navigation pane, NAT gateway will be available. Okay, so you have to click the here NAT gateway. Okay, afterwards you have to click the create NAT gateway and give your name, any name. Okay, what my NAT gateway, my NAT gateway. Okay, subnet. We have to select our custom VPC public subnet. Okay, connectivity type public. So elasticity type, we have to click allocate IP. So elastic IP is allocated to NAT gateway. So the private subnet will use the elastic IP to travel the it will use the elastic IP to travel to reach the internet. So because of that we are selecting the elastic IP. So mostly that we need elastic some public IP to reach the internet. So NAT is using, private subnet is using elastic IP to reach the internet. Okay, tag automatically has captured my NAT gateway. Okay, so next step we have to click create NAT gateway. So now NAT gateway is created successfully. So after creating the NAT, we have to keenly watch the state. It is in pending state. So we have to wait until the state change to the active state. Okay. So as per our architecture, first we have created the public subnet, and next we have created the private subnet. In that we have launched the 2 servers. In the public subnet we have configured in the public subnet only we have configured the NAT gateway, and next we going to give the root. We going to edit the root. So if we doesn't edit the root, private instance don't know where to travel. So giving a root is giving address to the private subnet. So without private subnet without from address or without to address, private subnet don't know where to reach the internet. Okay. So we can see the NAT gateway, it is created or not. So now NAT gateway is in available state. Now we have to edit the private route table. So in the navigation pane, please select the route table. Select the custom VPC private route table and click action, click edit routes. Okay, and you have to click add route. You have to give any source from it will reach the internet and click NAT gateway. So we have to attach to the my NAT gateway. Just now we have configured. We have to attach the route to the NAT gateway. That means we are saying the address to the private subnet. Okay. So click save changes. Okay. So now we have successfully configured the NAT gateway, and now we can return to the our instances. See, so now we can connect the public instance. Okay, click save. So we can refresh our management console. So we can try again. Okay, so now we can select a key. So now we are connected to the public subnet. Okay. So now we have connected to the public subnet. From the public subnet, we're going to connect to the private subnet. Okay. So now I will minimize this, and now I will take the credentials of private subnet. Okay. Private IP. RDP. So show options here, and a username here. Please click here. Okay. So please click connect. So we don't want to save the settings. Okay. So it doesn't. So it will prompt for the password. Okay. Again, we can upload the private key file from the local computer. Okay. So decrypt the password. It will give the password and paste here. Click OK and connect. So now we are successfully from the public subnet, we are successfully connecting to the private subnet. Okay, but by this we didn't achieve our goal. Okay, so from the private subnet we have to reach the internet. So that is our goal. Okay. Okay. See, so we are seeing the inside the, say this is the private subnet. Okay, so 19.168.1.184 is a private subnet. Okay, so from this I'm going to type the command prompt. Command prompt. Open the command prompt. Okay, from here ping google.com. So now we have achieved our goal. From the private subnet, we are reaching the internet with the help of NAT instance. So NAT is helping us to reach the internet. To whom? Private subnet. It is helping the private subnet to reach the internet. So see here, I will minimize this remote desktop. I will come to our architecture. So as per the architecture, see here. So this is blue one is the private subnet. From the private subnet, it is reaching the private route. The private route has to forward the packet to the NAT gateway. From the NAT gateway, with the help of elastic IP, it is reaching the internet gateway for downloading some patches or some softwares for anything else. Okay. So now today, I hope the people you don't have any doubts. Okay. I hope you understand my concept of NAT. Okay. So thank you for watching my video. Thank you.